as everybody already know, Terence Crawford did an interview with Ebro Hot 97 yesterday. And one of the questions that was asked on that interview was if Bud was going to entertain a fight with Jaron Boots Ennis, who is deemed to be the next ding at 147 pounds. He's the dude up there, probably behind Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And Bud pretty much said he's looking for the bigger and better fights, which translates into no, he doesn't really want to fight Jaron Ennis, but he said that's more likely because he's pretty much in his weight class until he moves up to 154, that is. Now, you are going to start hearing this, so y'all Bud supporters, just get ready and brace yourselves for it. You will start hearing Terence Crawford is ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. That is going to be everywhere. You might even hear Bozy start saying it. Boots might start being more vocal because he's hungry and he wants those belts. Okay, now, I already told y'all, I said this before Bud fought Errol. I had made a couple of videos and I told y'all how I felt about Boots compared to Bud and compared to Errol. And I always said that I thought Jaron Ennis would beat Errol Spence before he would beat Terence Crawford. Not to say he can't beat Terence Crawford, but he would have more issues beating Terence Crawford. And I also said recently that Boots plays around a lot in the ring. He still has an immature streak to him. He can't do that against Terence Crawford, period. And I know Boots is this good power puncher. He's skillful. He can switch and all that too. But listen, I saw him get a little bit off it, a little bit lackadaisical a few times on some of his fights. And just like we said with Errol, that Errol couldn't do certain things that he was doing in other fights. It's the same thing with Boots when it comes to Bud as well. So you will start hearing that narrative that Bud is ducking Jaron Ennis. Now, Boots, he was the top ranked dude in damn near all of these weight classes. I mean, all of these sanctioning bodies, the IBF, the WBO, WBC, and the WBA. Boots was up there. He was right there. And here's my thing. If these cats is going to start saying that Terence Crawford is ducking Boots, they should have been saying the same thing about Errol Spence Jr. because he had all of the belts. He had like 3 belts. He had the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC belt. Errol Spence, his belts were on the line first before I believe the WBOs was. So for Boots was in line as a damn near mandatory, ready to or ranked higher up there above, right under who was over Boots. I don't remember exactly, but I think Virgil was on top of Boots. I think at one time, was it Virgil? I gotta check, but then he got knocked down or something like that. I forgot how it went, but all I know is Jaron Ennis, he was the top runner for fighting Errol Spence for his belts in those 3 sanctioning bodies, I believe, before he was up there for Bud's WBO. So all that time before the Bud fight got made and all this stuff, why didn't Errol Spence fight Jaron Ennis then? Nobody said nothing about him ducking, right? None of Spence, the Spence supporters were claiming he was ducking, but they're gonna now put that jacket on Terence Crawford. So be ready for that, man. Be ready for that. I think it's bullshit. Me personally, I would love to see Bud defend his belts at 147 at least one time. You know why I want to see it? To shut these dudes up. Let them get in there and fight Boots. And if he whoops Boots, I don't want to hear no excuses. All right? So, be ready for it, guys. That is coming, the narrative, because some of the channels are already talking about it. So, today, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to sift through these channels again. And you know BFTB, he going to be one of the dudes that's going to jump on this. Bud, I think he should have worded it a little bit better. Just kind of like, I mean, he did say that's a more likely fight. So that's a good thing he said that. But I wish he would have been like, yo, listen, I want Jermell Charlo, but if I can't get Charlo, I'll defend my belts against the young whippersnapper down at 147, one more again, whatever. But he didn't say that, so they're going to take it and run with it. They're going to package it up and spin it how they're going to spin it, you know what I'm saying? But just be ready for that. But anyway, let me know what you think about this situation that's probably going to turn into something. Because the way I see it is, if these cats gonna say that about Bud, they should have said Errol was ducking Boots as well, man. Because he had ample opportunities to fight Jaron Ennis before the Bud fight even came into a thing. You know what I mean? He could have fought Jaron Ennis before he fought Porter. Before he fought Ugas. He could have took on Ennis. He could have took Ennis on after the Ugas fight. Why he didn't do that? Before a Bud fight came up, he could have did that. They go, no, well, he didn't want to lose his belt. No, well then, how you know the Bud didn't want to threaten losing his belt? Okay, he fought Avanesian. They gonna use that too. Well, he took a lighter touch of Avanesian because Avanesian wasn't a real threat, so that's why Bud didn't fight Boots. But bruh, if you're gonna be fair, they both could have fought Boots, bruh. Both of them could have fought Boots. To be honest, Bud could have fought Boots before the Errol Spence fight. Errol Spence could have fought Boots before they fight. So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Errol had more to lose. They're going to run with that too. Errol did have more to lose. He had 3 belts, Bud had 1. You know what I'm saying? However you slice it and dice it, bruh, I don't think none of them dudes was ducking no damn Boots, man. Even Errol. But, hey, let the narrative spin it. We'll see it. Anyways, Rebel Life Boxing, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Stay tuned.